Hello, friends. Welcome to another episode. Today, I'm going to tell you a chilling story about a man who knows that something sinister is happening with the sun and awaits a blazing end. What would you do if you knew that the sun was becoming a threat to life? How would you prepare for the day when the sky turns red and the heat is unbearable? This is the story of a man who faces that terrible fate. Join me to listen to this horror story. The days stretch longer, their end marked by a sun that refuses to dim its glare. It's during one of these lingering afternoons that I first notice something amiss. A brightness that doesn't align with the gentle warmth of early spring. It's as if the sun has drawn closer, its rays penetrating deeper, casting harsh shadows that slice through the day with an almost tangible sharpness. This isn't the sun as I know it, but a beacon of something more, something unnerving. Initially, I brush aside the discomfort, attributing it to the quirks of the season or perhaps my own distractibility. Yet the phenomenon persists, growing more pronounced with each passing day. The light begins to warp, bending in ways that defy the simple laws of reflection and refraction. It's during one of these distorted afternoons that I first see them. Small orbs of light dancing around the sun's perimeter like celestial fireflies. They flicker in and out of existence, moving too deliberately to be dismissed as mere tricks of the light. Curiosity piqued, I dedicate more time to observing the sky, my gaze drawn upward despite the risk to my vision. The orbs become a constant, their presence an unexplained anomaly in my otherwise mundane routine. They're not mentioned in the news, nor do they become a topic of casual conversation. It's as if I'm the only one who sees them, a solitary witness to a private spectacle. Then, the visions start. At first, they're nothing more than fleeting images that dart across my mind's eye, a glimpse of something vast and mechanical, lurking within the sun's fiery heart. These visions grow more detailed, revealing a gargantuan machine. Its design both alien and terrifying in its implications. The machine seems to pulse with life, its gears and pistons moving in a rhythm that suggests operation, a purpose that remains tantalizingly out of reach. This revelation brings with it a profound sense of unease. The sun, the giver of life, now harbors a secret so vast and incomprehensible that it dwarfs all earthly concerns. My days are consumed by a need to understand, to decipher the meaning behind these visions. Yet for all my searching, answers remain elusive. The world around me continues its steady pace, oblivious to the cosmic drama unfolding above. It's the change in the sunsets that finally shatters any remaining veneer of normalcy. The sky, once a canvas of soft purples and golds, now bleeds with streaks of unnatural green. This aberration in the twilight hours casts a pall over the evening, transforming the serene into the surreal. The beauty of the sunset, once a source of solace, now becomes a portent of something ominous, a visual echo of the dread that has taken root in my heart. This transformation of the sky is not constant. It comes and goes with capricious unpredictability, leaving no physical evidence of its occurrence save for the lingering horror it instills in me. This fleeting nature of the phenomenon only deepens my isolation, creating a chasm between my experience of the world and that of those around me. They remain untouched by the shadow that looms over my every waking moment, their lives a tapestry of normalcy that feels increasingly alien to me. The orbs, the visions of the machine, the corrupted sunsets, these anomalies form a pattern that points to an unsettling conclusion. The sun, the very heart of our solar system, is changing, morphing into something other, something ominous. With each day, the sense of impending doom grows, a silent specter that haunts my thoughts and colors my perception of the world. I do not voice these fears. To speak them aloud would be to acknowledge their grip on my reality, a reality that has grown increasingly solitary and estranged. My observations and fears find no echo in the world around me, leaving me to face the growing darkness alone. The sun's message, whatever it may be, is meant for me alone, a solitary witness to the awakening of something beyond comprehension. As the anomalies become a staple of my daily existence, the transition from curiosity to obsession is seamless. The sun's behavior grows more erratic, its displays more flamboyant. Yet, it's the transformation of the sunsets that signals a deeper shift, both in the heavens and within myself. The once serene twilight now bleeds with streaks of an unnatural green, casting a pall over the world. This spectral light paints the familiar in shades of the uncanny, transforming the mundane into scenes from a waking nightmare. This corruption of the evening sky serves as a nightly reminder of the aberrations I witness. The green hues, so alien in the context of the sunset, seem to mock the very laws of nature. They are transient, these eerie displays, vanishing as quickly as they appear, leaving behind only the lingering dread they instill in me. The fleeting nature of these phenomena makes them all the more unsettling, a specter that haunts the edges of my perception, challenging my grasp on reality. In this altered world, my sense of isolation deepens. It's not a solitude born of physical distance, but of an experiential gulf that separates me from those around me. My observations, my fears, exist in a realm apart, unshared and unacknowledged by friends and family. Their lives unfold in a reality untainted by the foreboding that colors my every waking moment. They discuss the trivialities of daily life, their conversations a distant murmur against the backdrop of my growing dread. The descent into isolation is gradual, marked by a withdrawal from the communal aspects of life. Social gatherings, once a source of joy, become exercises in alienation. I sit among friends, their laughter and chatter washing over me, feeling an outsider in my own life. Their concerns, so grounded in the immediacy of the human experience, seem trivial against the cosmic drama that unfolds above. I share space with them, but we inhabit different worlds, mine overshadowed by the specter of impending doom. Night brings no respite, only a deepening of the horror that the day's light reveals. My dreams, once a refuge from the burdens of consciousness, become theaters of terror. I am plagued by visions of fire, of a world consumed by the sun's wrath. These nightmares are vivid, their imagery stark and relentless. They evoke a primal fear, not just of death, but of annihilation, of being erased from the fabric of existence. I wake from these dreams gasping for air, the taste of ash in my mouth, the heat of imagined flames still clinging to my skin. The horror is not just in the dreams themselves, but in their after effect. They bleed into the day, their residue tinting my waking hours with a sense of impending catastrophe. The boundary between night's terror and day's light blurs, leaving me adrift in a world where the sun is both life-giver and destroyer. The dread that these visions evoke is palpable, a constant companion that shadows my every step. My existence becomes a solitary vigil, a lone watch kept in the shadow of apocalypse. The people in my life, once anchors of normalcy, now seem like actors on a distant stage, their roles and routines irrelevant to the unfolding drama. My interactions with them grow more perfunctory, the effort to maintain a facade of normalcy increasingly burdensome. Their inability to see the signs, to recognize the peril that looms so large in my consciousness, creates a chasm that cannot be bridged. In this descent into isolation and terror, the sun becomes my sole focus, its behavior a puzzle that demands my attention. Yet for all my watching, for all my searching for patterns in the chaos, the truth remains elusive. The machine within the sun, the corrupted sunsets, the orbs of light, all speak of a reality far removed from the everyday. They are harbingers of an end that feels both impossibly distant and perilously near, a cataclysm foretold in the language of light and shadow. This is my world now, a realm of shadow and foreboding, where the familiar becomes alien, and the light of day holds more terror than the darkness of night. The descent is complete, leaving me isolated in my awareness, a solitary witness to the sun's silent scream. The internet becomes a peculiar sanctuary, the last flicker of light in the engulfing darkness of my existence. I plunge into its depths with a mixture of hope and desperation, seeking not validation or understanding, but a sign that my revelations might resonate with someone, anyone. The digital expanse is a mire of information and conjecture, a realm where the boundaries between truth and fiction dissolve into the ether. I spend countless hours navigating through the digital wilderness, poring over forums that entertain the fringes of scientific inquiry and the paranormal. In these hidden corners, where the curious and the skeptical gather, I share my observations without expectation, laying bare the anomalies that haunt my days and nights. The reactions to my postings are varied. Some express intrigue, others skepticism, but all are captivated by the narrative of a sun behaving outside the bounds of known science. This engagement, while not an affirmation of shared experience, nonetheless offers a strange comfort. The theories and responses that my tales elicit paint a broad spectrum of curiosity and speculation. My account becomes a canvas for others to project their theories upon, ranging from the scientifically plausible to the wildly imaginative. Discussions spiral into debates over solar phenomena, atmospheric distortions, and the potential for undiscovered cosmic events. My observations, presented as curious anomalies, become fuel for the speculative fire that burns in the hearts of armchair astronomers and conspiracy theorists alike. In this digital dialogue, I find a semblance of interaction, a mock connection that simulates the camaraderie I've lost. However, this engagement does little to bridge the chasm of isolation that defines my reality. The screen through which I communicate with this virtual assembly acts as a barrier as much as a bridge, reminding me of the vast divide between my lived experience and the detached curiosity of my online audience. My revelations, while intriguing to them, are mere fodder for speculation, divorced from the visceral fear and conviction that underpin my every word. The more I immerse myself in this online world, the more the boundaries of my reality shift. The sun's daily journey across the sky becomes a source of both fascination and terror. Each sunrise brings with it a mix of awe and horror, each sunset a spectacle tinged with dread. The beauty of the world, once taken for granted, now feels like a fleeting illusion, a thin veneer over the darkness that grows beneath. As my search deepens, so too does my sense of urgency. The need to understand, to find some way to avert the disaster that looms, becomes an obsession. I scour scientific articles, delve into ancient mythologies, and parse the ramblings of conspiracy theorists, searching for any clue that might offer hope. Yet with each passing day, the sun's silent warning grows more insistent, its message clearer. There is no escaping what is to come. This relentless pursuit of answers is exhausting, both mentally and emotionally. The weight of impending doom, coupled with the frustration of unanswered questions, wears on me. Sleep becomes elusive, a brief respite from the terror that haunts my waking hours. My dreams, once a source of terror, now offer a twisted comfort. The nightmare of the sun's wrath is preferable to the helplessness that defines my days. In this endless cycle of search and despair, I find myself drifting further from the remnants of my former life. The world around me moves on, oblivious to the catastrophe that unfolds above. People laugh, love, and live, their concerns so mundane in the face of cosmic annihilation. I envy them their ignorance, even as I pity their blindness. To them, the sun is but a fixture in the sky, its anomalies unnoticed or unremarkable. This phase of my journey is marked by a profound loneliness, a realization that in my quest for answers, I have become an outlier, a sentinel standing watch over a world that refuses to see its own end. The digital connections that offer a semblance of community also underscore the isolation that has become my constant companion. I am caught between worlds, belonging fully to neither, a wanderer in the twilight realm of knowledge and ignorance. The path to acceptance is not marked by grand revelations or moments of clarity. Instead, it unfolds through the slow erosion of hope, a gradual coming to terms with the inevitability of what lies ahead. The search for answers, once a beacon in the darkness, becomes a Sisyphean task, Each new theory or piece of evidence merely another stone to roll up an endless hill. As the days bleed into one another, the sun's presence in the sky becomes a constant reminder of the futility of my quest. Its light, once a source of warmth and life, now feels like the gaze of an indifferent god, watching as we scurry about, oblivious to the doom that awaits. The anomalies, the orbs of light, the visions of machinery, the unnatural hues of the sunset, have become as much a part of my daily existence as the rising and setting of the sun itself. They no longer provoke fear or wonder, but a resigned acceptance of the world's fragile impermanence. The digital connections that once offered a semblance of community now serve as a stark reminder of my solitude. The voices that echo through the forums and chat rooms, once a chorus of shared experience, now sound distant, their fears and theories echoing in a void. The screen that connects us also divides us, a barrier as insurmountable as the vastness of space that separates us from the truth. In this solitude, the boundaries of my world shrink to the confines of my own mind. The external world, with its trivial concerns and fleeting joys, fades into the background, a distant landscape viewed through the fog of my preoccupation. My interactions with those around me become perfunctory, the motions of a life once lived. Friends and family, unable to penetrate the veil of my obsession, drift away, their attempts to reach me lost in the silence that envelops my world. As the end approaches, a strange peace settles over me. The terror that once gripped my heart, the fear of the unknown that haunted my dreams, fades into the background. In its place grows an acceptance of the inevitable, a surrender to the vast, uncaring universe in which our brief lives flicker and fade. The sun, with its silent warnings and cryptic messages, no longer feels like an adversary, but a companion in the final act of this cosmic drama. The final dawn breaks with a brilliance that seems to encapsulate all the beauty and terror of the universe. I watch as the sun rises, not with fear, but with a sense of communion. In this moment, I am not alone, but part of something larger, a speck of consciousness bearing witness to the end of all things. The light that floods the world is both a destroyer and a creator, a force that has shaped the destiny of our planet from its inception.